Hello queens. I'm back at y'all with another client tutorial, and today I'm going to be showing y'all how I created this ombre cut crease. So we're jumping straight into the video. I'm starting it off by cleaning my client's face, and to do so I'm using some witch hazel on a cotton pad. Once her face is all clean, we're just going to proceed to doing her eyebrows. So to fill in her eyebrows, I'm using my Nicka K eyebrow pencil. This one is in the shade black brown, and you can find this at your local beauty supply store. My client came in with her brows already cleaned up. They didn't need to be waxed or trimmed or anything like that, which made the filling in process easier to do. I recommend that y'all tell all of your clients to come in with clean brows. I've been getting a lot of questions asking if I clean up my clients' brows, when most of the time I just leave them as is, but if it's just too much hair, I do take a little off where needed. Now that I have both of the brows outlined, I'm going to start filling them in from the back and working my way up to the front. For the front of her brows, I'm going in with another Nicka K eyebrow pencil. This one is in the shade light brown, and I like to use a lighter shade at the front because it'll just make a nice blend into the back. Before I clean up her brows, I'm going in with this I.envy clear eyelash glue, and I'm just brushing this throughout her eyebrows to lay down the hairs. To mold them down in place, I'm going on top of them with my spoolie. To clean up her eyebrows, I'm going in with these two concealers. First, I'm going in with the Nicka K concealer because it's lighter, and I'm using it to clean up underneath her brows. This concealer is in the shade 07. The remainder of the way on the top and the bottom of her eyebrows, I'm going in with my RK by Kiss concealer, and it's in the shade Toast. As y'all can see, we have one nice clean eyebrow, so I'm going to go ahead and blend this concealer out, and once that's finished, I'm just going to repeat the process on the other side. Now that both of the brows are nice and clean, I'm going to go in with my Dermablend translucent powder, and I'm just going to be pressing this throughout the front of her eyebrows to lighten them up, and I'm also going to be tapping a little bit on top of the concealer to set it in place. For an eyeshadow base, I'm going in with my e.l.f. Camo Concealer, and it's in the shade Pure White. I applied about a nickel size amount to her eyes, and now I'm just buffing it throughout her lids. You want to make sure you try to get it as even as possible because, as I said, this is your eyeshadow base. So if it's not even, don't expect your eyeshadows to be even either. For today's look, I'm going to be using my Morphe 35B palette, and I'm taking the darkest purple and the purple on top of it, and those are the first two shades I'm going to be using. As you can see, I'm taking that darkest purple and I'm just packing this in her crease using this dense eyeshadow brush. And once I have it all packed on, I'm going to be taking the purple above it and I'm using it as a transition. Once I had that crease shade all blended out, I took a little bit more of the lighter purple and I mixed it with some hot pink, and I started applying it towards the front of her eyebrows. Since we are doing a cut crease, you want to make sure it is some color at the front of her eyes, because once you cut the crease, you need to ensure that it's color up there. Once you have the transitions all blended, you're going to go ahead and cut the crease. So to cut the crease, I'm using my e.l.f. Camo Concealer in the shade Pure White. And I'm just taking it on this flat synthetic brush and carving out my shape. I know a lot of y'all are probably going to be curious about this brush. I included this brush in a few of my previous client tutorials. I purchased this brush from the Dollar Tree. It was only $1 and it is my favorite cut crease, concealer, any type of carving out thing that I need to do. This is the brush that I like to use for that. It's very precise. Once I have both of the creases cut, they look like this. And now I'm going in with this fuchsia pink eyeshadow from the Morphe palette, and I'm using this at the end of her cut crease. Now that the pink is all packed on, I'm going to go back in with that dark purple, and I'm going to use it to blend out the line between it and the pink. Now I'm going in with this pale pink shade, and I'm packing this in the center of her cut crease using this blending brush. I'm going in with my e.l.f. eyeshadow brush, and I'm using it to press up against the cut crease to make sure I filled in all of the lines. Now I'm going in with the matte white eyeshadow, and I'm just pressing this at the front of her cut crease. I'm going to line her eyes using my Wet n Wild black liquid liner. This is the one that I used. I'm just doing a thin line across her eye. I didn't want to take too much attention away from the cut crease. This step is optional. You don't have to do this whatsoever. I just want to have something that the lashes could blend into. Going back in with that dark purple eyeshadow mixed with a little bit of black, and I'm using it to blend out the end of the liner. Now it's time to apply the crystals. So I'm going in with some clear eyelash glue, and I'm just making small dots on where I would like to place the crystals. Now I just pick the crystals up with the glue applicator and I stick them directly onto the dots. Moving on to the face, I went ahead and moisturized and primed her face off camera using my calamine lotion, and now I'm just going in with my Real Technique sponge and I'm using it to press this product into her skin. For her foundations, I'm going in with these two Fit Me foundations in the shades Nutmeg and Spicy Brown. First, I'm going in with the shade Nutmeg, and I'm just applying this to the perimeter of her face. Now I'm going in with the shade Spicy Brown, and I'm just working this into the inner portions of her face. To highlight her face, I'm going in with my Nicka K concealer, and it's in the shade 07. I'm going to blend that concealer out using the same brush that I used to blend out her foundation, just so I can have a smooth blend. To set the concealers in place, I'm going in with these two Fit Me pressed powders. They're in the shades Golden Caramel and Toffee. I mixed them together on my Real Technique sponge, and now I'm just pressing them on top of the concealer. I'm going on top of that Fit Me powder with my Morphe loose powder, and it's in the shade Banana. To bronze up her face, I'm going in with my Black Radiance pressed powder, and this is in the shade Black Coffee. I'm going in with another Black Radiance pressed powder. This one is in the shade Rich Mahogany, and I'm using it to set the remaining areas of her face. I'm taking my Wet n Wild black pencil liner, and I'm using this to line a third of her waterline. Now I'm going to go in with all the purple shades that we use, starting from the darkest to the lightest, and I'm just going to work them on her lower lash line. Now that her lash line is complete, I'm going back in with that foundation brush, and I'm using it to press in all of the powder. I'm going to go ahead and spray her face with some setting spray. I make sure I cover up her eyeshadow because my setting spray does contain oil. As y'all can see, I went ahead and applied her lashes. Now I'm just highlighting her face, and to do so, I'm using one of the shimmer shades from my Jaclyn Hill x Morphe palette. Last but not least, it's time to do the lips. So I'm going in with my Pond's moisturizer on a Q-tip, and I'm using this to clean off her lips and to hydrate them as well. Now that her lips are clean, I'm just going to go ahead and line them using my LA Colors dark brown eyebrow pencil. I'm going to be going in the center of her lips with my Zerura liquid lipstick, and it's in the shade number 39. And I went on top of that liquid lipstick with my S.h.e lip gloss, and it doesn't have a shade name. I applied a small amount of my Eyes Lab lip gloss in the center just to lighten up her lips, and once I'm finished with that, that'll be the completed look, and we'll be getting into the grand reveal. So I'm gonna let y'all watch. Okay, you ready to see?
Oh wow. Wow. Oh, I look so good. Oh, you did me so good.
Thank you.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Oh my God, I love it. Yes, ma'am.
You're gonna have to go somewhere.
And I am, girl. About to go get me a man. I'm gonna get me a man. Oh, it's so pretty, girl. Oh my God.
Okay, queens, that is the end of this video. As y'all can see by her reaction, this tutorial was another success. I think this look came out so bomb. This is y'all daily reminder to follow me on Instagram. The link will be in the description box. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and make sure you stay tuned for my next one. Bye bye, queens.